Thank you for joining us for another episode of Cryptocurrent. Just one quick reminder. Cryptocurrent is a cryptocurrency and blockchain education platform that's bridging the gap between the curious newcomers who are just discovering the space and the thought leaders who are shaping its future. All opinions expressed by Richard Carthon, the Cryptocurrent team, and their guests on this show are exclusively their own opinions. You should not treat any opinion expressed by Richard, the team, and their guests as a specific inducement to make a particular investment or to follow as financial advice. This show and any other Cryptocurrent production is exclusively for informational purposes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Cryptocurrent. Your host here, Richard Carthon. And today I have a special guest who we've been playing a little bit of tag over the last several weeks, which is understandable, which we will get into in a moment. But I did get to run into this person at Consensus, and it was good to catch up and be able to put a face to a name in IRL, in real life, and now to be able to do this virtually. Finally, we were able to connect. We have Ben Spickard with Ichi.org. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. Super excited to chat more, and it was especially fun to see you in person as well.
For sure, man. Well, before we dive in, what was your overall review of Consensus? How did you enjoy it?
Yeah, Consensus was really good to us. We had our first Ichi booth at a conference, and it was really fun just having people come by, meeting people, passing out some cool Ichi merch. So it was great for us, made a lot of connections, really excited to see the future of crypto, and just all the people who are there are, really motivated and pumped about the future. And yeah, it was great. Super excited to see what happens next and what other conferences we'll be going to soon.
For sure. It's always a great feeling when you're able to be back in real life, meeting people, making real connections, and be able to discuss, projects and synergies and how you can potentially work together. Ironically, in one of the previous episodes, if you're listening, we recently talked to one of the co-founders of 1inch, and through that interaction, I was actually able to get access to their private event at Consensus, which is where I ran into Ben in real life. So it's really cool just to see how connections can kind of play out and then lead you to other connections that just kind of align. So anyway, enough of that. Want to dive more into you, Ben. Can you give us some background on yourself?
Sure. Yeah. So my name is Ben. I primarily am running all of the marketing over at Ichi, but I was one of the founding core team members back last year when I joined the team. Before that, I was a process engineer and then started a marketing agency, kind of a weird engineering plus marketing background that's perfect for this crypto world where lots of people have to wear different hats and learn new things. So I joined the Ichi team, about a year ago, and have been in charge of running all the marketing campaigns, as well as telling people about our awesome products and going through all the ups and downs, bear markets, and prices going up and the markets going down, and this fun adventure that crypto world is.
For sure. And we're definitely going to dive into that. But first, let's give some context to people who don't necessarily understand or know who Ichi is. So can you give us just a little bit of information on what is Ichi?
Yeah, so Ichi is a DeFi project. We primarily help other crypto projects to become stronger. The way we do that is through our products that help these protocols utilize DeFi more efficiently. So current DeFi systems right now are not quite where the vision is meant to be for the future. such as there are stable coins that detract value from projects. There are liquidity systems that also detract value from projects. We've noticed lots of crypto projects have a token, and they don't necessarily want people to sell it all of the time, but to run a business like normal, such as paying your employees or creating liquidity systems, usually have to use your token to incentivize people to stay with you or just do normal things. So our products are meant to help these projects continue to run their business as usual, get liquidity, utilize stable assets, do whatever they need to do to make DeFi run more efficiently. We help them with our products to make them work as intended. So our primary products that we deploy are called branded dollars and angel vaults. Our vaults are market making strategies on Uniswap v3. We help utilize concentrated liquidity so that projects can get all of the liquidity that they need without putting all of their native tokens up for sale. We allow for single asset deposits of a stable asset that goes directly to support a project's native token. So a project can get liquidity. They can concentrate a lot of liquidity on the buy side of their asset so that their token price is, one, protected in a bear market, and two, helps them just generate better liquidity and more sustainable over time. And then our branded dollars on the other side give these projects control over their treasuries and give them an asset that they can use without getting rid of all of the value from their token to run their actual business. So that's a little bit more about us. We're really focused on making other projects better. We deploy these products for others, and we want to see the whole world of DeFi succeed.
For sure. And, when y'all first launched, a lot of people saw this value and was like, wow, this makes a lot of sense. This is helping to address an immediate need. Now, in the context of doing that, though, you discovered a challenge that kind of made some things not go as well as you thought. So kind of walk us through like the rise in not necessarily fall, but what happened with the enormous amount of money that entered the Ichi ecosystem and then kind of came out?
Yeah. So a little bit of background of just how we've come to be in our current state. So about a year ago, we launched our branded dollar product, which are these stable coin for other communities. And we made these branded dollars for a couple other projects, and they're going great. They give these communities value, but we really wanted to see a use case for them. So we then created our Angel Vaults back in November of 2021, which is a direct use case for our branded dollars. And the vaults, again, are the concentrated liquidity strategies where in most cases, we utilize our branded dollars to go into these vaults so that the liquidity is now better and supported, like I mentioned earlier. Now, when we launched these Angel Vaults in November, there was a lot of hype behind them because they work. It's kind of a weird thing to say that your token is really just going up if you have a strong enough Angel Vault. But what happened with Ichi was we launched these Angel Vaults paired with our branded dollars, and they all work. And it created a lot of confidence in our Ichi protocol in general. So we had a lot of partner projects exploring getting their own Angel Vaults, branded dollars, entering our ecosystem. And we noticed lots of people wanted to be part of Ichi. And being part of Ichi in crypto usually means buying the token. So we had lots of people buy our native Ichi token, which is really our DAO governance native token. You own Ichi, you can stake it, you can get voting power in the DAO, you can participate in the Ichi ecosystem. Now, when we launched our Angel Vaults, a lot of people were excited, were hyped up about this great thing we created. And then we launched a lending pool. So we created this, lending platform. Lending's a primary business model in crypto. Lots of protocols use lending and so on. But what we saw was because people were so confident in our Ichi token that they were taking their Ichi tokens, taking loans, and then getting more of our token because they just did not think it could suffer fall at any point. So we had a rapid rise of Ichi token price, and eventually it was way over leveraged, or lots of people were way over leveraged, not the actual, Ichi protocol products, anything. But lots of DeFi users got really over leveraged, and then we saw a cascading liquidation event that was disappointing. It was totally isolated to the lending platform, and we saw our token price crash pretty suddenly due to this cascading liquidation event. But again, none of our products were affected. This was absolutely isolated to people being confident, buying our token, wanting more of our token. Sometimes people do things in crypto or in the world that you don't quite understand, but here we are. But since that event occurred, we reset our platform. We created an ally token to help with just our community, help support, anyone who could have been affected, which was great. We then relaunched all of our vaults, our branded dollars. We turned them back on, per se, about a month after the liquidation event happened. And we're right back on track with working products, a really good team, and an exciting future.
Excellent, man. Well, it's sorry to hear that sometimes people do very people things and full degen and over leverage themselves to try to maximize profits as quickly as possible. But it looks like it was a big lesson in understanding how just understanding how people operate, and then putting things in place so that people can't get in their own way in the future. And what I think what was unique about this, like you said, even though the native token Ichi, price went substantially up and down, and is now is way more stable and has, been recovering. The products, like you said, and everything else that's working is still working. It's not like all of a sudden your product stopped working and is not doing what was intended to do, but at least things are put in place to, again, help people get out of their own way. And I believe one of the things that's been put in place is notifying once things become too over leveraged, where things don't become protected anymore. Can you kind of talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so right now we don't have a lending platform anymore. We've stopped the deposits, the access to leverage, and we don't plan on turning it back on until all of the controls, like you mentioned, are in place, so that we can properly manage and really protect users. DeFi is risky in anything crypto. DeFi, there are lots of risks, so you always want people to do their own research, and it's up to the whole community to understand what controls need to be in place so that users can be protected and great infrastructure can be created. Crypto, DeFi, all of this to me is the future. So the more ways we can just build this infrastructure and create these systems that actually work for users, the better. So it is a great learning experience, and hopefully won't ever happen again to anybody. So
right, and a lesson that a lot of DeFi protocols can learn as it relates to lending. As I think one of the biggest challenges between all of the different places within trying to make your own sustainable ecosystem is how powerful lending can be if all of the kinks necessarily haven't been worked through. But one of the things, like you brought up at the top of the hour, though, is Angel Vaults and how it's been doing extremely well. So let's dive into that a little bit more. So if I'm listening to this right now and I want to potentially come onto Ichi and create an angel vault. Walk me through kind of what that process looks like.
Right. Yeah. So we make angel vaults for other projects. And what they do is directly support a project's token. So if you have a crypto project and you have a token, right now we're only on Ethereum and Polygon, but we're working on getting on as many other chains as possible. But for now, if you have a project and you have an Ethereum or Polygon, if you have a token, we can build an angel vault for you. Now, what that looks like is you come talk to our team. We walk you through all of the steps on how you can create this vault, and we deploy it for you. It's very, very simple if you're a crypto project. But how it actually works is that we create a Uniswap v3 concentrated liquidity pool, and then we manage it for you. So you can incentivize your users to deposit whatever asset you would like to be paired with your token. We typically do stable assets, and in a lot of cases, we'll even use our branded dollar technology that we create for other projects as well. But we create this Uniswap v3 pool. We get users to deposit single-sided assets to it. We then will manage your concentrated position so that the users who deposit get higher trading fees due to concentrated liquidity, and all the deposits go directly to support your native tokens price. So it's cool to see projects who have an angel vault become decorrelated from the rest of the market when the market crashes. So when the market goes down, the tokens that have an angel vault connected to it go down less. Although when the market goes up, you are back correlated with the market, so you go back up as well. So it's a really cool sort of system to see, when it works, and we've got enough of we call it a vault strength. If you have enough deposits in your vault that support your token, then we've seen it work over and over again. Projects are decorrelating from Ethereum when it goes down and then re-correlating when it goes back up. So you get that benefit as a project. And then if you're a depositor, you get really high yield due to these concentrated trading fees. We've seen 40 to 60% on just these concentrated fees being built, which is better than a lot of other places. So we're super excited just to be able to create more of these use cases and then be able to show them off more as well.
For sure. It's like you're helping these projects de-risk themselves and be able to capitalize on the upside of when market conditions are more favorable and to minimize downside at the same tip. And what I think is interesting around, Ichi and other things you're all putting in place, you're also making this beneficial for others as well with your HODL vaults. So can you kind of talk to that? Because it sounds like that's more of focused on your average retailer or someone who's in this space looking to earn some yield on their crypto.
Yeah, so HODL vaults are really the exact same thing as angel vaults, with the key difference being instead of most angel vaults being a single-sided deposit of a stable asset that you can earn trading fees on, support the token price. Our HODL vault's very similar, but DeFi users can deposit volatile asset or other assets. So at the moment, I think we have a wrapped BTC vault. So if you have Bitcoin, you want to earn trading fees on your Bitcoin that might be sitting in your wallet, here's a great place for it. Again, it's a concentrated liquidity pool. The risk is that you get minorly exposed to whatever the paired token is, but you get the ability to earn yield on some of your favorite tokens and better yield than lots of other places.
Yeah, which is good. And the name of the game, I think right now, and why I think certain DeFi protocols are fit to be beneficial during a down market is if you are very bullish on the long-term trajectory of some of your cryptos. And even though the price of them might be decreasing in the short term, you still want to be able to have your money, make money, you want to accumulate more. So as the price is going down, that means as you're getting your APY, that means you should be earning more back, which then means if as you're earning API on the way down, that means whenever the price appreciates back up, then you would be making more than if the price had been stable the entire time. So there are some unique ways that you can have your money work for you, and trying to put your money in some DeFi plays could be, pretty beneficial.
Yeah, let your money work for you. I mean, there's risks in DeFi, so always do your own research before depositing to various protocols, various products. But there's some really unique things you can do. Like you just mentioned, when things are stable, you can earn yield. When things go up, you can earn yield. When things go down, you can mitigate risk. There's lots of things you can do to diversify, and just it'll be really interesting just over the next few years how the whole space evolves to really help the users mitigate these risks across the board.
Absolutely. And, Ichi has now been around for a year, learned a ton of lessons, have some products out there that's working. Are there any other things that you think users should be on the lookout for? And if not, what are things within the current market conditions that, that Ichi is keeping in the forefront of your minds as you continue to build out and refine your products?
Yeah, so Ichi was built to help projects in the bear market. Like we, just mentioned, there are lots of things. When the market's up, you can win. When the market's even, you can win. When the market's down, you can win. With Ichi, our products are made to help others in the bear market, meaning that if you deploy an Angel Vault, your token price is supported by liquidity deposits. If you're a DeFi user, you can deposit to our vaults, whether an Angel Vault or a HODL Vault, and earn trading fees even when the market is down. So if you are in this world of DeFi and crypto and you want to be in it for the long term, our products are really focused on just helping others get through, especially the bear market. But in terms of things to look out for over the next, months, weeks, years, just more people adopting at least our products and other unique infrastructure DeFi products. It'll be interesting to see how all of these other crypto projects take on these infrastructure and these, new ways to do liquidity, new ways to do stable coins, new ways to do community control. It'll be interesting to see how they take these infrastructure products and then implement them to help the users. And as we evolve over time, we want to continue making innovative products that help other projects and help users and help crypto just to become more mainstream. So be on the lookout for more partnerships with us, new Angel Vaults, new branded dollars. There's always going to be a next innovation. So you never know when something new will come out as well.
Oh, absolutely. And we definitely appreciate you breaking down all the different product offerings that Ichi has. And it's very timely for currently where we are in the market. But all the same, you've learned a lot by being in this space, over the last year with Ichi and just in general with being here. A lot of newbies who came in, let's call it at the top of the market last Thanksgiving when they all went home, we're talking about how, great crypto is, et cetera. And now we've seen like let's call it a 7th month pullback. A lot of people haven't been here before, and a lot of people who are newer to the space are, crypto's dead or et cetera. But for us who have been here a little bit longer, we've seen the ups and downs. We know how this particularly goes. What kind of advice would you either, give to yourself or give to those kind of people who this is their first time having to weather this type of storm?
Right. Crypto can feel a lot like a video game sometimes. It's all on the internet. It's hard to see it real. It's hard to see it being used. It's hard to see how you could potentially buy your cup of coffee from a cafe, with crypto someday, I would recommend just diving in more, finding the infrastructure products that actually are striving to help the world become a better place, give communities control over their money, help you buy your cup of coffee at the store. I think another great thing would be to go to an in-person event like a conference. We were just at this consensus conference, and there were so many people motivated, hyped up, can see the future of crypto coming, and they don't necessarily care about what the market is doing at any given moment. I mean, if you believe in the technology and the infrastructure that's being created, you're going to be a lot more cozy and confident over the next few years that all of these new protocols are going to actually come to fruition. So go meet people in real life, talk about the products that are being built to help others, and then try to see that vision that a lot of people have that it's just difficult to show or difficult to share. So yeah, if you're into crypto and DeFi protocols and things like this are really helpful in educating others to see where the value is over the next few years. So we can all get through this short little time. But it's all about the long term. I think we all want to make the world a better place, and these products are going to do it. The question is maybe which ones.
Right.
So we're hoping to be one of those.
For sure. And definitely appreciate that sentiment. And just to echo it, projects take time. This is a blip of time in the grand scheme of where this industry is headed. And now is the time to identify really good infrastructure and quality Web3 companies who are building for that future that we're all envisioning and can see in the works, especially going to like an in-person event like Consensus, where it's just very clear that this market's here to stay. And yeah, there's going to be some storms you have to weather. But now's the time to build. Now's the time to find good communities to be a part of. And speaking of communities to be a part of, for people who want to learn more about Ichi and be part of your communities, what are ways that they can connect with you?
Sure. Yeah, the best place if you want to reach out directly to a team member and talk more about us would be joining our Discord. You can find our Discord links on our Twitter as well as our website, ichi.org. You can also join our Telegram. We're trying to continue to build our online presence across the board. So really reach out on any platform. We'll be able to see it and talk to you.
Excellent. Well, Ben, as we kind of wrap up here, man, what's a final thought that you want to leave with all the listeners?
Yeah. I think here at Ichi, we really are trying to make the world a better place. And the way we're doing that is by helping people. People are made up of projects, they're DeFi users, they're companies that want to get into crypto, they're anybody. And it's global. And we think that crypto is here to stay, and we are building the infrastructure to make everything stronger. So yeah, we're excited to be here. And thank you so much for having us on the show. And we're just super excited for the future. And hopefully we'll be able to see all of the listeners in real life someday, perhaps at a conference or somewhere else.
For sure. And again, we appreciate your time. Everyone listening, make sure you go check out Ichi. They're doing some really cool stuff, and the community is definitely very active. So if you enjoyed everything, make sure you go check them out. Ben, thank you again for spending some time with us. And for everyone listening, stay cryptocurrent.